Hey y'all, it's Fluid, Future Fluid. Um, Looking back on all the audio I just recorded for this commentary, like there's some weird buzzing in the background. Maybe it's because my mic. We're trying out here. It's just a hobby. Maybe I'll get a better quality mic in the future and like better sounds. But yeah, please be like patient and like tolerable about like the buzzing sound and like I talk like very softly and everything. I just gotta like I'm still learning this, whatever. But yeah. Um, this I guess this video is just a commentary about me like and talking about my experience working during the whole like pandemic in the US. So yeah, hope you enjoy. Yeah, future fluid out. You never know how to talk or how to start a video. But hi, how are y'all? My name's Fluid. And I want to do a video talking about working throughout the whole pandemic. Um, I've been working kind of like full time, part time, mostly full time, like throughout this whole pandemic. I never like had to take a week off, only except for like personal reasons. But then like I've been just working like full time this whole time since March, even up until now. Date of recording this would be like the end of like February 2021, so like a whole year now. So I wanted to like make a video kind of like reflecting like working during this time. And so yeah, I, damn, this is like my first like commentary besides like an intro video or a TikTok, so it's actually kind of awkward just talking to a mic. And I haven't done like an actual video or YouTube video since like 2016, so it's like almost 5 years now. This is when I was like a senior in college, and then going into like a first year, no, senior in high school, and then going to first year in college. So it's kind of whatever. Anyways, um, as a background, I've been working like kind of since I was like 18. I think my first job ever was kind of like as like a tutor for like this middle school, but then that didn't really work out. So I kind of like went into food thanks to my like housemate at the time that got me a job, and then I worked at Target right after in the soft lines or like the where they're like clothing department or whatever, and then been in food like ever since like 2018. So it's like almost 3 years. So right now I'm like working working kind of like in the city. I'm not gonna say what, but whatever. You don't need to know that information. But like working, fucking, I'm gonna tell you, working in San Francisco um, during the pandemic in the food industry sucks so much ass. I mean, just working in food just sucks so much ass because the people are just kind of like pieces of shit. But like during the pandemic, you have to take extra precautions for working and everything, and like in the food you already have to take like health precautions. But like during the pandemic, it's just like stacked on top of that. Um, yeah, I think the process of getting a job is very difficult during this time. I'm so sure like some people like getting a job during this time is not like the best, and it's really hard to find income and kind of like find like stability in your life, especially in this pandemic. But yeah, I recognize that I'm very blessed to even have a job and even like have like stable income, which is nice, but also kind of shitty because just like it's not as much as it could be if it wasn't for the pandemic. That's besides the point. It's it's just really shitty just because of the people that I have to deal with. Not for like coworkers and everything. It's coworkers are just like have been really great. Yeah, there's issues, but there's always issues. But there's always issues with customers, and there's always issues with customers and food. But there's like a heightened like pieces of shit just like are out there still. And like the fact that you're working in food in the pandemic, you're exposed to a lot of shitty people. And you can see how these shitty people have kind of like developed throughout this pandemic, and their mindsets are just their characteristics are just so bullshit. Like the amount of like people have to kind of like stop to cut before coming in the store to like wear a mask and everything is like I wouldn't even have to work if I get like paid for how many people like come in the store like that. And like it's so freaking like frustrating to kind of like have to remind people about that and everything, because like this pandemic has almost been like almost a year now, at least in the States. So the effects of that is kind of like, you see that in the people that come in. You see the mentality of it, like with the customers that come in. Yeah, there's some good folks, but like, like as a society, it's like the Joker meme, kind of like we need like everybody to kind of pull their weight and kind of take this seriously and take the precautions so that we can kind of like get through this pandemic together and nobody can get like infected but kind of like tested positive for COVID. And like, yeah, it's so annoying. There's like so many people that don't know how to line up like properly in front of the store, just like you not like taking the precaution to line up like 6 feet apart from each other. We have markers and everything, but the fact that like just people just don't care and everything, like pandemic or not, like why are you lining up to people so close to you? That is so, to strangers. Like why are you going being so close to strangers in such close proximity? Like pandemic or not, that's kind of weird. Anyways, it's social distancing is all that. It's just very tricky to kind of like explain people that we're still in a pandemic, and like it's kind of like, it's, at first it was just funny, but now it's just ridiculous, and it's just, it kind of sucks because I'm desensitized to just people just wearing their not wearing their mask, not wearing their mask properly. I don't know how many, like I'm gonna like edit a photo in here in a second, just like how some people just like wear their mask, not even covering their nose, just like what the, or just on their chin. Like what are you covering right now? Are you like, like are you about to play like ball right now? Like are you like covering this like a scar? Like are you Kakashi right now? Like what? Like even Kakashi covers his nose. Anyway, fucking, like it's so frustrating to have so many so many people died to this virus, that there's a wide majority of people not taking it seriously or thinking that like it's getting better, when the numbers will tell you otherwise. The cases are going up. It's not. I'm getting a little personal, but who gives a fuck? It's my channel. My grandma, who I'm gonna refer to as Lola Mommy. Lola Mommy died like earlier January or February, not February, January 17th. She died of COVID, not technically, because in the last like days she tested negative for COVID, but because of all of like being away from family, being isolated, and the effects of the virus that like his toll on her body, she just, her health deteriorated to so far to the point where she passed away. She was 88 years old. Yeah, like that's, no, 88, somewhere around that range, 88, 85. And it sucks to lose a loved one to something that could have been preventable. Like, I don't know how we got this far, but like freaking, there's so many people not taking this seriously, and it reflects the government not taking it seriously. I can like talk, like I have an hour episode like video just talking about Trump, and like it'll be like flame, me being flamed in the comments, but like there were no like extra precautions like taken care of and everything. There's like the government who serves the people, is elected by the people, whose job is to protect the people, was not like pulling their weight and caring for society. So it was really shitty to like lose somebody. I also lost like other uncles, but I wasn't like, I'm Filipino, so when I say uncles, it's kind of like family, friends, but still, it still hurts to have people having excess debts in the country that like could have been preventable. It really does suck that members of my family, has turned into any of the numbers within the 500K. And so when I see people at work not wearing their mask, not social distancing, touching whatever like they fucking want when like there's signs just like, hey, don't fucking touch that. We'll serve it to you. It's annoying. Yes, it's something where like, oh, like these people are helping small businesses grow. That's fine. I'm okay with people coming in and doing the proper like things to do, social distancing, wearing their mask properly, washing their hands, like using the hand sanitizer. Like I'm okay with that. I'm not okay with people just kind of coming in thinking, oh, shit's better now. We can go out. We can go to like parties and stuff. We don't have to get like vaccinated. We don't have to get tested. That's the mentality I hate about it. That's the mentality of the people who are in power right now. That's yeah. As an introduction for me, fucking, I'm gonna go like political in most of my videos because that's how it affects me, how it affects my life. If you have a problem, just don't watch me. Simple as that. Yeah. Anyways, I think working. Um, Man, I'm gonna cut so much of this because I'm just pausing in between, in between any of like what I'm saying and shit. But fuck it. Who cares? Future Chris will deal with that. Yes, that's what I am. Whatever. Future fluid. Alright. But yeah, like you can argue that like you're helping these small businesses kind of like thrive, which is yes, that's great. That's great of you to do. But why do you have to do it? Why do people have to do it when like governments like couldn't step in and provide loans to that? Now you're gonna argue where's that fucking money coming from? If you look at the budget of the U.S. government on military, like there's billions and trillions of dollars to do that could easily have been going to like businesses and small businesses. And like yeah, there's a problem with like, oh, we don't know if businesses will actually allocate that money properly. Then like let's leave it to the businesses on that. You can at least provide that basic aid for businesses. Like there's been no aid. There's been what? Is it 1,200 in stimulus checks and then a 600? Damn, that fucking sucks. And like some people, I didn't even get it because I'm still like claimed as a dependent under my parents, and it really sucks that like not a lot of, like that can't like help rent. I'm in San Francisco. That doesn't even cover for most like the freaking market value of rent. Yes, there's unemployment, but like that's unemployment. That's always been there. Like, where is that actual aid for the government? Like, oh my god, I'm gonna pop off on Joe. Like, come on, there's so many promises that Joe Biden had that he hasn't delivered yet. Yes, like, oh, he's taking care of, he, like, got, like, so much, like, shit, like, he's done more than Trump, yeah, but that doesn't say anything. You're not offering on the promises that you deliver in your campaign speech, and, like, don't get me, like, don't paint me as, like, a conservative or a fucking, like, Republican. I don't care. I don't belong to any fucking party. Any fucking wing on the bird is always fucking, like, out for my throat. So, don't come at me with that shit. I'm just spitting facts. fact check me if you want. But yeah, like, I hate working because it also endangers me from going out there, being exposed to, like, potentially getting, like, being exposed to the COVID-19 virus and everything. Even some of my coworkers ended up testing positive, which fucking sucks. They're okay now. Most of them are okay. I'm okay. I have been actually blessed to not be tested positive this whole time when I'm working, like most of my coworkers have. And it sucks. And yeah, it really fucking sucks. Because, like, what other choice do we have besides just, like, being on unemployment? And now it's just super hard to be on unemployment. So all we have is just work, so you can kind of just keep living. So that you can go to jobs. I'm not going to go into capitalism in this video. I am not. But y'all see my TikToks, y'all know my stand from that. But yeah. I don't even know how long this video is going to be for. I'm just spitballing. I'm probably going to extend the footage. Hold up, let me go in Premiere right now to see how much footage I actually have. Because that is crazy. Let's go. I have 30 minutes of footage. I don't fucking care. But yeah, that's basically the gist of my whole like mentality and my whole like experience working during the pandemic. There's shitty people out there. There's always shitty people, but you know, I can't keep saying because I don't know who's watching this. I don't know who's listening to this. But um, yeah, I don't want to end this video off on like a bad or sad tone. Um, there are some good parts about it. I did like throughout like working during the pandemic, like my neighboring stores, the bars, like the coffee shops, the grocery stores. There was actually like built up a really good like community within everybody who's working on the street, like in the vicinity of the community. It's really nice to like kind of like see that and shit. It sucks. So like how unfortunate like the COVID pandemic kind of like forced us to kind of like seek out community and really like seek out good energy in this like tough time. But like rather have that community and sense of like friendship and fellowship than nothing at all, and just being like left alone and like in high water. I am just saying whatever the fuck I want. I don't. Wow. I really need to like write a script. Probably. We'll see. Yeah. Um. I also went through a breakup during the pandemic, which is very traumatic. I'll probably never talk about that like soon on a YouTube video. That's like not for like other people to like know like my business. I'm just laying it out there that like it's been tough for me personally. Maybe I'll share that in the near future when like it's super far behind me and I'm in a better place. I am in a better place now, but like I'm still feeling the effects of it. It's never a linear process of healing, but it's really hard to kind of like have like so many difficult things like pushed on you all at once and like have no sight of like it ever recovering. But yeah, there's no like it just really sucks. Like just having that like kind of like no like sense of like any hope at all. And I really kind of encourage anybody listening to me, if you've ever heard my voice before, if you're a friend, or if like you just randomly discovered this, to kind of like be critical about like the stuff you listen to, the stuff you see. Even me, be critical of me. If you like enjoy the content, like don't like take my word as gospel. Never take my word as gospel. Be critical of me. Give me like advice. Give me feedback. Give me criticism. Like don't just randomly flame me. Like actually give me like actual criticism and like so that you can kind of like I guess contribute to this channel because like I guess this whole kind of hobby is so that like I can get input and kind of create something with the community and everything. And it's social media. It's built on like people's inputs, built on people's interactions. So that's the kind of interaction I want to have on this channel. People being critical of like everything around them, and people having an actual like, conscious like academic conversation. I hate fucking school. Like, next video, whatever. But being like critical and like having engaged conversations with each other, it's possible on here. It's possible. It's kind of stupid to like. It's kind of stupid to people like regularly seek that out, but I want that to happen. Anyways, I think I've talked for long enough. I need to get some drinks of water. Maybe you too. You need to too. And yeah, I've been Fluid. Catch you in the next one.